Hello everyone, it's Francesca here and welcome to today's Tuesday teaching tip. Today I want to talk about how to structure a lesson plan. Now I know that we've come to the end of term and many of us will be looking at how do we create or recreate different structures, different lesson plans, and how we move forward in this uncertain time. So I want to share with you my tips on how to successfully and very clearly structure a music lesson. So first things first, scales and warm-ups. This is essentially an opportunity for your students to warm up their fingers, warm up their vocal cords, and get ready for the lesson ahead. Imagine going to the gym or working out. One of the first things you want to do is warm up your body, right? It's exactly the same with your music lesson. Make sure you incorporate scales and warm-ups into the lesson plan and make sure that's the first thing that you do. It's really important that they warm up before they tackle the piece that they're going to play. It's a good way to get your mind ready and right on what's going to be happening, and it's also a good opportunity to boost that confidence and, as I said, really get ready for the lesson. Once you've warmed up, it's time to get started with your piece. Now this part of your lesson plan will really depend on where your student is at in terms of what piece they're playing, how far along they are, and what are some of the difficulty points. So what you really want to do is create a little mini structure within this grand structure when it comes to this piece that they're playing. Focus on difficulty points. Take some time during the lesson to really solidify areas that they're struggling with, so by the end of this part, they can put it all together. Thirdly, and this is an area that I feel so many teachers miss out on, so many students don't get an opportunity to do, that I'm quite passionate about, but it's so important, and that is theory. Incorporating some aspect of music theory within your lesson is so important. I've had students doing grade lessons, grade 3, grade 4 exams that really didn't know very basic music theory. They knew how to play the piece, but they didn't really understand what they were playing. And so music theory is so important, even if it's a small aspect of music theory that you want to incorporate within your lesson plan. That is always a great idea. Now this final point is a bit of a bonus, and it really depends on where your student is, how long they've been taking music lessons, but I would encourage you to incorporate it as soon as possible, and that's creative playing. A huge part of what I do with my music lessons is I allow my students to get creative. It's a great way for them to learn their instrument, get used to it, really familiarize themselves with the keys, the notes, the sound of their voice. And so what I ask them to do is to create something based on what it is we've learned, whether it's a scale, whether it's some new notes or new chords. I ask them to create something for me. Create a piece of music, create their own thing, and bring it back to me. If the focus is music theory, I might say to them, create your own piece and write it out. But it really gives them something to look forward to, they're anticipating it, and so the following week they get to showcase to me what they've done. And so the lesson is really about them and not so much about what I want to teach them, but it gives them an opportunity to see, hey, I can do this, I can be a composer, I can be a musician, I can really do this. And so if you have the time, the space, the ability to incorporate creative playing into your lesson plan, I would highly recommend it. So that's it. Those are all my tips on how to structure a music lesson. Now, if you have any questions, please send us a DM right below in the comments. Let us know what you thought of this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you're able to incorporate something new into your lesson structure.